Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for the week of May 26, 2025 is then. Coming week, suckers can anticipate Sheila Carter Sharp to ask Luna Nozawa to leave. Electra Forrester and Luna brawl. Plus, Steffy Forrester Finnegan's support of Hope Logan makes Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan suspicious. Keep reading and let's bandy what's coming up in the CBS cleaner pieces. Sheila Carter Sharp's 180 ever since Sheila learned that Luna is her granddaughter, the two have gotten close. Unfortunately, it meant that Sheila had to lie to Deacon Sharp. So far, Deacon has fractured Sheila and Luna. As Luna continues getting frustrated with not getting what and who she wants, she could return to her old ways. Luna Nozawa's proposition midweek, Luna decides to shoot attractive and tempting textbook to Will Spencer. Sheila tries to inhibit her granddaughter, but she sends it anyway. Also, by Friday, May 30th, Sheila decides it's time for Luna to leave, but also doesn't want her making the same miscalculations she did. Also, on Friday, Luna has a brand new proposition for her grandmother. Oh, this doesn't sound good. Electra Forrester's Brawl. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for the week of May 26 reveals that Electra confronts Luna, most probably after that libelous textbook communication to Will. The two girls do get into a brawl, which Sheila is forced to break up. Sheila might understand why Luna felt the need to defend herself, but touching Electra could get the youthful woman arrested. It would also warn Cleric to Luna and Sheila's relationship. So, that likely leads to Sheila deciding Luna needs to go. What differently to anticipate? As for what differently to anticipate, Deuce Stevens gives Daphne Rose a lift to the field. What are the chances that the captain will encourage Daphne to stick around? Meanwhile, Carter Walton makes a grand romantic gesture to Hope. Away, Steffy's support of Hope's happiness makes Ridge and Brooke suspicious. By the end of the week, Brooke wants to throw Hope a party, but Ridge advises against it. Also, Liam Spencer and John Finnegan partake a sincere moment. It's also teased that Finn makes a request of Liam, which could be to tell everyone the verity about his condition. Which plot are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of May 26, 2025? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are in for Monday, May 26, 2025. In the coming occasion, suckers can anticipate Carter Walton to make a grand gesture. Deuce Stevens takes Daphne Rose to the field. Plus, John Finnegan makes a request of Liam Spencer. Keep reading and let's talk about what's coming up in the coming occasion of the CBS cleaner pieces. Carter Walton's grand gesture. In the coming occasion, Monday, May 26, suckers will see Carter make a grand gesture to Hope Logan. The susurrus was devastated and felt so empty when he was separated from Hope. Now that the couple has reunited, Carter will probably want to seal the deal. However, he might make a giant step toward making that be, if Carter really believes that Hope is his future. I wonder if Hope will reject Carter's offer as she did Thomas Forrester's, however. Deuce Stevens transport. Meanwhile, Daphne can't believe that Carter has actually chosen Hope yet again. The nose poured out her heart to Carter and told him she's falling in love with him. Carter replied by saying he set up love again. Of course, Daphne assumed he was talking about her. When Carter explained that Hope is the woman he wants to spend his future with, Daphne was devastated. So, anticipate Daphne to leave Los Angeles. Or make an attempt to leave, anyway. Deuce just happens to be Daphne's lift to the field. Maybe the airman will move Daphne to turn around and fight for the man she wants. John Finnegan's request. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Finn will have a special request to make of Liam. We're not sure what this could be as Liam is the one dying. Perhaps Finn will encourage Liam to tell the rest of his favored bones that he's dying. It's not really fair to Steffy Forrester Finnegan that she has to lie to everyone and make up cover stories. As for what differently to anticipate, Liam will continue floundering over the parlous procedure. While it could give him further time on Earth, he could be bedridden and have organ failure. Liam formerly has limited time and wants to spend it outside of the sanitarium. So, this is a delicate decision for him to make. Which plot are you looking forward to seeing the most on Monday, May 26, 2025? Partake your studies in the comments section below. It's functionary. Get your timetables and mark this once week as the one in which Bold and Beautiful just fully stopped making sense. People were unnecessarily cruel, opinions were made that defied sense, and Brooke, well, she did what Brooke does, which is made sense in periods. Let's dive in, shall we? Did Carter and Daphne have coitus? I can't help but have a sneaking dubitation. That down the line, we're going to find out that when Daphne declared her passions to Carter last week, they wound up in bed together. Despite the fact that it's kinda sorta cheating to reveal effects to the followership after the fact, it can be an effective liar device. Bold Carter Daphne. Speaking of Carter, I was dumbfounded by his end-of-week atrocity. As Daphne stood there declaring her love and principally pawing the hunk, he didn't stop her to say, here, we need to talk. Rather, he let her go on and on to the point that I was embarrassed for her and angry with him. Farewell, Fifi. It clearly looks as if Bold and Beautiful is planning to shoot Daphne back to Paris. Coming week's spoilers have the French beauty feel bound, complete with the return of Tom Arnold's Captain Deuce Stevens. Because I don't know. Has someone out there been clamoring for further of Arnold's clownery? Anyone? Bueller? Given that this is all unfolding against major developments in Carter and Hope's relationship, I stand by my former assertion that indeed if Daphne does leave city, it wouldn't be for long and she may not come back alone. The further Carter talked about his long-time desire to have a family, the brighter the jotting on the wall came. Liam's future. Now that he's being given indispensable treatment options, it seems safe to say that Liam isn't going to die. In other words, yup, they're telling the same story they told with Eric not terribly long ago. Wash, lather, reprise. On the else side, the Joe eventually traded that kerchief for a short comical girth. I really want Bill to be involved in this plot. His absence, on the oil as a whole, is especially obvious given that last week, the network held a lovely bash to recognize Don Diamond's 40 times on the CBS detergents. Does Ent rate a remix of Alanis Morissette's Ironic? I don't know what does. I like the idea of Steffy and Hope trying to put aside their differences for the sake of their families, but it would have been nice if they, as well as Ridge, had a discussion about what went down and why. Rather, Liam's death is again, ironically, being treated as a cure-all that incontinently heals all rifts. Where's the drama in that? What the heck was over with Zend, Electra, and will going to Daphne to suggest she whip up a new incense? One that smells like diamonds and rubies? On whose authority? Shouldn't they perhaps, and I'm just spitballing, check with the grown-ups across the hall? Anybody additional find it odd that Hope did indeed vacillate for a minute before telling Carter about Liam's condition? If I'd been asked to guess who would find out next, I'd have assumed either Steffi or Taylor would tell Ridge. Maybe while explaining Hope's return to the company, which, it's worth noting, was a decision Steffi made without talking to her pater. Given that this entire show is nothing but talk, it's amazing how little people actually partake with one another. Grounded on Friday's final twinkles, I guess we're supposed to be lodging for a Brooke/Ridge reunion despite him and Taylor declaring their love only moments before. Given that I want better for both women, I guess I don't really have a steed in this decades-long race. What about you? The good news: Liam has been given new stopgap. The bad? The experimental treatment might just leave him changed in ways nothing could imagine. Check out the gallery below to see what we mean. Banished, betrayed, and barely hanging on, Sheila explodes, Luna spirals, and Ridge's love triangle boils over. The weak, Bold, and Beautiful tore itself apart. Fire police car light. Clapperboard by the time Friday's cliffhanger hit, fans were left gasping for air and wondering if this was the week the Forresters finally crumbled from within. In a week soaked in scandals, seductive texts, brawling heiresses, unexpected departures, and declarations of undying love, The Bold and the Beautiful delivered a masterclass in jaw-dropping daytime drama. We've got shocking secrets, emotional implosions, and battles that threaten to erupt into full-blown warfare across the Forrester-Logan Sharp divide. Here's your ultimate deep dive spoiler breakdown for the week of May 26th to 30th, 2025. And trust us, you're not ready. Face screaming in fear. Fire Monday, May 26th, Carter's grand gamble, Daphne's disillusionment, and Finn's quiet bombshell broken heart. Ring Carter's big romantic swing, but is Hope all in? Just when you thought Carter Walton couldn't risk more heartbreak, he shocks everyone by planning a grand romantic gesture for Hope Logan. But will history repeat itself? Will Hope embrace the man who stood by her, or will echoes of Thomas and Liam haunt her response? Airplane departure Daphne's exit, or is it? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and Daphne is devastated when Carter admits he's still in love with Hope. A stunned Daphne calls Deuce Stevens for a ride to LAX, but we all know nothing in this town is that simple. Could she be hiding a secret of her own before she flies off into the sunset? DNA Finn's grim request to Liam, the truth must come out. Liam's condition hangs in the balance, but Finn drops a shocking request. Will Liam finally come clean about his deteriorating health? Can Steffy bear the weight of another lie? The emotional fallout could destroy what's left of their fragile truce. Smiling Face with Horns Tuesday, May 27th, Sheila's 180, Luna's temptation, and Brooke's big idea backfires bomb. Firecrackers Sheila's ultimatum, Luna, leave. Now. It was the twist no one saw coming. After bonding with her granddaughter, Sheila abruptly demands Luna leave Los Angeles. But don't worry, Luna's not going quietly. She's got a new plan, and it could ruin everything. Mobile phone Luna's text to Will, too hot to handle. A desperate Luna sends a scandalous message to Will Spencer, and chaos ignites. Could this be the beginning of a dangerous love quadrangle involving Electra Forrester? We sense a brawl coming, and it's going to get ugly fast. Party popper Brooke's plan to throw Hope a celebration goes off the rails. Brooke thinks Hope's new love deserves a party, but Ridge strongly disagrees. As suspicions swirl over Steffy's sudden support of Hope, the Logan-Forrester alliance teeters on the brink. Ridge's torn heart is about to reach its breaking point. Boxing Glove Wednesday, May 28th, Catfight of the Century, Luna vs. Electra. Kiss Mark High-Heeled Shoe. Collision Catwalk to Cage Match, Luna and Electra throw down. It was the showdown fans didn't know they needed. Electra confronts Luna over Will, and things go from icy glares to flying fists. Slaps are exchanged. Secrets are shouted. Sheila bursts in, too late to stop the fallout. Is someone getting arrested? And is Deacon about to find out the truth? Package Sheila's cover story crumbles. With Sheila forced to reveal her connection to Luna or risk losing everything, fans are bracing for a mother of a meltdown. Deacon's patience is wearing thin, and Sheila's history of betrayal is coming back to bite her. Red Heart Fire Thursday, May 29th, Steffy stuns, Ridge wavers, and Daphne drops a bombshell from the runway airplane arrival. Handshake Steffy's shocking support of Hope, but why? She's always been Hope's fiercest rival. So why is Steffy suddenly defending her stepsister's happiness? Ridge and Brooke are confused, and they're not the only ones. Is this genuine growth, or a secret strategy? Broken Heart Ridge's inner war, Logan or Doc? As Ridge reflects on his soul-stirring reunion with Taylor, Brooke's presence looms large. The love triangle takes a tortured twist as Ridge realizes he may lose both women if he makes the wrong move. Luggage Daphne returns? Just when it seemed like Daphne was gone for good, she struts into the design office with a fashion-forward mic drop and one bold announcement. I'm not done fighting for Carter and Forrester. Oh my God. Skull Friday, May 30th, final goodbyes, final blows, and a shocking secret revealed performing arts. Speaking head Liam tells the truth. But it's too late. At long last, Liam spills the truth about his diagnosis to his loved ones, and it shatters the family. Steffy's rage. Hope's tears. Bill's fury. But is Liam's confession too little, too late? Loudspeaker Finn's final decision. In a tender moment with Steffy, Finn reveals his deepest wish, and it could mean sacrificing everything for the people he loves most. But who will carry his secret once he's gone? Exploding head final 5 minutes twist. Who's pregnant? Just as the episode closes, someone pees on a stick. And the name on that test will blow your mind. Crystal ball coming up, sneak peek into June. Will Luna blackmail Sheila to stay in LA? Who's the father of the mystery baby? Will Daphne take her revenge by partnering with Thomas Forrester? And when will Eric finally return from wherever they've hidden him? Megaphone, don't miss our full analysis, scene-by-scene recaps, fashion breakdowns, and exclusive cast interviews as we continue counting down the wildest moments of 2025's Bold and the Beautiful saga. Like, comment, and share, and drop your theories below. Is Ridge doomed to lose both Taylor and Brooke? Will Luna go full Sheila 2.0? Is Liam really dying, or is it another Forrester fake-out? Stay tuned for part 2 of the script, where we expand into detailed scene-by-scene breakdowns, cast character motivations, and a play-by-play recap, bringing us closer to the 100,000-word clickbait masterwork. Brace yourselves, Bold and the Beautiful fans, because the week of May 26, 2025, is about to go down as one of the most explosive in the soap's jaw-dropping history. We're talking shocking breakups, eyebrow-raising proposals, forbidden seductions, violent brawls, tearful airport goodbyes, and a health crisis that could bring two rivals together, or tear them further apart. If you thought last week was bonkers, wait until you see what unfolds when Luna Nozawa pushes her limits, Electra Forrester throws hands, Sheila Carter reverts to her classic scheming ways, and Carter Walton drops a romantic bombshell that could leave 3 hearts shattered. And just when you thought Liam Spencer's story couldn't get any more tragic, it does. In a twist that flips the emotional temperature of the canvas, Finn steps in with a surprising request that might just change Liam's legacy forever. Meanwhile, Steffy throws her support behind the unlikeliest of allies, raising Ridge and Brooke's perfectly arched brows. But don't worry, Brooke has her own plan brewing, and it just might explode at Hope's surprise party, if Ridge doesn't shut it down first. So get comfy, grab your wine, and let's dive deep into the glorious chaos heading our way. It was the mother-daughter-granddaughter relationship we never expected to root for, but ever since Sheila Carter Sharp discovered that Luna Nozawa was her granddaughter, the two have been navigating the choppy waters of familial bonding with shocking ease. So far, Luna's presence has almost made Sheila seem, dare we say it, sane? But that veneer cracks next week. It all starts when Luna, desperate for attention, success, and control, sends a sultry, dangerously flirty text to Will Spencer. Yes, that Will Spencer, grown up, rebellious, rich, and barely legal enough to be on this show. Sheila begs Luna to back down, pleading with her not to go down the same destructive path she once took. But Luna isn't listening. And by week's end, Sheila's had enough. She stuns everyone, especially Deacon, by telling Luna to pack her bags. But if you think that's where the story ends, you've clearly never watched Sheila. Luna's got a counteroffer, and it could take the whole family down in flames. Who would have guessed that Electra Forrester, the cool and calculated design prodigy, would become a headline-making firecracker? In a moment that soap fans will be rewinding for decades, Electra confronts Luna about the text to Will, and what starts as a heated conversation in the Forrester Creations hallway turns into an all-out brawl. Yes. A full-blown hair-pulling, screaming, dress-tearing, purse-swinging soap fight. And the person who breaks it up? None other than Sheila Carter-Sharp, who finds herself in the worst possible position, defending her granddaughter while risking exposure. If Electra presses charges, Luna could be thrown in jail, and Deacon could finally learn the truth Sheila has fought so hard to bury. But is this confrontation the beginning of the end for Electra? Or is this just her origin story as the next great, bold, and beautiful vixen?